Hello and welcome to week 30 of our prenatal yoga series. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm so happy you're here with me each and every week as we grow baby and connect to that beautiful person inside of us as we connect mind, body, and breath. What a wonderful self-love practice we can do before our little one is here. Week 30, we certainly only have 2 months, maybe a little bit longer than 2 months to go. So as I'm sure you are, or getting ready to come into that nesting phase as we get our home prepared, as we get our family prepared for this new little one that will be in our lives very, very soon. So today we're going to focus on nesting our body, just getting our body ready and prepared for the big day when we meet this little new person that we've created. So for today, you're gonna need bolsters or 2 big pillows. Couch cushions actually work really well for this, but we're gonna be lying on our back. But you know, in our 2nd and 3rd trimester, we need to be supported and propped up so we're not lying flat on our back. So if you've got 2 thick pillows, bolsters, or couch cushions, grab those now and prop those up like so, and then come back and join me. Okay, so when you've got your support cushions, could be 2 thick pillows, couch cushions, whatever you've got. Go ahead and recline. This is also a great place for smaller pillows or yoga blocks. We're gonna start in butterfly position. So feet together, knees wide, using your hands or arms to help you back, not your abs. So placing those smaller pillows or yoga blocks underneath your knees to support that whole hip girdle, the lower back, the glutes, and just let those knees fall open. If you're super open, maybe you don't need the pillows, but I really encourage you, especially during our 3rd trimester, to just take all the props, use all the props, and use all the support. We want to feel really supported and relaxed in each and every position. Okay, bringing our hands to our belly now, closing down the eyes or softening the gaze. Just connecting with our breath, settling into our practice. Feeling the belly rise with every inhale. And gently fall with every exhale. Now just trying to deepen that breath. Inhaling through the nostrils until you can't inhale anymore. And then exhaling through the mouth, pushing all of the air away. Inhaling all the way into the belly, the diaphragm. Really deep, deep inhale. Exhaling, chest falls. And the belly empties last. Taking a few more rounds just like that. Deep inhale through the nostrils. And deep exhale through the mouth. Moving with your breath. Exhale. Beautiful. Bringing your left hand to your heart, right hand on your belly. We're just going to connect to our little one or little ones. Sending a loving note, a loving message, or an intention for this practice together. Remember, you are teammates, you are moving together, you are growing together. And you are learning from each other. Beautiful. Now we're going to release the hands, help your knees come up so your feet are flat on the floor. And we're just going to take some pelvic tilts. So starting with your lower back, you're going to feel your sacrum, your hips, and your lower back really firmly planted into the floor. We're going to tilt the belly toward the ceiling as we arch through that lower back. So arching through that lumbar spine gives some daylight or some sunshine underneath your lower back. And then we're just going to tuck the pelvis and press that space away like you're smashing grapes under your lower back. Inhale. Feel the belly tilting the pelvis forward. Exhale. Tucking, pulling belly button to spine, hugging baby in, and then eliminating that lower back arch. Inhale. Exhale. Remember, yoga means to yoke the breath and the body. So that's what we're doing here, is moving with our own breath. If your breath cycle is shorter or longer than mine, go with your breath. Exhale. Beautiful. Inhaling through the nostrils as we tilt forward, relaxing the belly, filling the belly, and then exhale as we tuck the pelvis through the mouth. Air blows out through the mouth. One more just like that. Inhale. Exhale. Tuck. Beautiful. We're going to extend that left leg straight out, keeping the foot flexed if you can. Nice active left leg. And then we're going to hug that right knee into our chest. So hugging the right knee toward the shoulder, creating space for baby. And then feel free to find some movement here if you want to rock side to side, opening the hip and then bringing it a little bit more across the body or toward the belly. Just find what feels good. Our hips take a lot of stress on during this pregnancy life, this pregnancy journey. So I can feel it, even, just moving in my day-to-day life. I can feel those hip muscles becoming tired. Especially on the back side, above the glutes. So just really feel where see where you feel any tension and spend some time there. So maybe if it feels better across the body, hold it, breathe into it. If it feels better when you open the knee, just really lean into where you can breathe some space into that tightness. And then when you're ready, just finding stillness, coming back to that neutral position where your knee is almost in line with your shoulder. We're going to extend that leg to the ceiling, flexing and pointing the foot. Giving the ankles some love. Find some ankle circles. You can grab wherever feels right, behind the hamstring, behind the calf, but just don't grab right behind the knee. We want to stay away from the joints. Reverse that direction if you're in the circles. Beautiful. All right, we're gonna pull it in a little bit more. This is also a good place for a strap. Your husband's tie work really well if you don't have a yoga strap, but placing something around the bottom of your foot and pulling it toward you. You could even use a kitchen towel. Breathing deeply here, noticing where you feel any tightness. Maybe we're feeling it behind the hamstrings. Nice deep breath. Hug it in. A little bit more, inhale. Exhale, beautiful. We're gonna take that across the body now. And so taking your left hand to your right ankle or your right shin or calf, wherever you can hold on. And we're just crossing the midline of the body, keeping the leg pretty straight, slight bend in the knee. Breathing deeply. One more deep inhale. Exhale, come back toward the shoulder. And we're gonna take your right hand, your right leg, and open. So this is a good place for a block or a pillow. Feel free to lay the block or the pillow underneath the leg, or keep it supported by the arm. So opening up nice and wide. Coming back to that belly breath. One more deep inhale. Exhale, hug the knee in, back into the chest, back into the shoulder. Beautiful. We're gonna bend the left leg, plant the left foot on your mat, cross right ankle over left thigh. We're gonna stretch through that outer glute a little bit more. So holding here, if that feels good, if that feels like enough. If you want a little bit more, we can lift that left leg and thread the needle. Thread those hands through the figure four position and grab behind the left hamstring. Find what feels good. Breathing deeply. Breathing through your nostrils if you can. Sometimes it's a challenge. Sending that deep inhale all the way to baby. Hug that left knee in just a little bit closer. Let the right leg be completely relaxed. One more deep breath cycle. Exhale. Release and uncross the legs. Now we're just gonna take a couple windshield wipers. So knees are bent, and we're just gonna rock knees side to side, hanging out on each side if that feels good. I know that internal rotation when the knee drops inward feels really good in my body. And you also get a nice deep quad stretch there. Or maybe you just want to keep it in movement, keep it dynamic. Listen to your body. Beautiful. All right, and then we're going to come back to a neutral spine. Lower back is firmly against the mat, extending right leg straight out, flexing the toes if you can, keeping them nice and active, and then we're gonna hug that left knee to the shoulder. Opening up the hip. Breathing deeply, make sure it's outside of your belly. We're not trying to go right over belly and baby. We're gonna make room for baby and open up. So the longer you're here, the more you breathe into it, the more it will relax, open, and then just hug it in. Breathing into that deep belly breath whenever we're holding a posture, encouraging those muscles to relax into the pose. Beautiful, and then we're going to extend the legs straight up to the ceiling. And find some flexion and point with the ankle. Beautiful, take some circles when you're ready. Reverse those circles. Our feet really carry us through this journey, and sometimes it feels like they take a beating by the end of the day. So it's important to give them some love every now and then. All right, finding stillness. Inhale, just gently finding that edge. There should be no pain associated with our yoga practice, just maybe a little bit uncomfortable. And like I said, the longer we stay in a pose, when you breathe into it, you should be able to open up those muscles, encourage those muscles to lengthen a little bit more. So just knowing that your breath, sending space to the muscles with your deep breath, and then the longer we're here, they open up. So coming back to that deep belly breath, inhaling and exhaling through the nostrils, if you can. Beautiful. One more deep inhale. Deep exhale, bring it back just a little bit further. And then we're gonna cross across the body. So right hand takes over, takes the left ankle, shin, or hamstring, wherever you feel comfortable holding on. And we're crossing the midline. And of course, you don't want to be right over baby, so we're getting a little bit lower, crossing the hips. Just to feel that outside stretch on the outside of the leg, the IT band, those abductor muscles. One more deep inhale. Deep exhale brings it back over, and then we're gonna come out wide, switching hands, if you can. So taking it wide toward the shoulder and opening up the leg, opening up the hip. Again, feel free to, I'm up against a wall, but if you have a block, yoga block or a pillow to lay the leg on, feel free, just so you can relax those muscles so you're not gripping through the leg that we're trying to stretch. And coming back to those big belly breaths. Beautiful. One more deep inhale. Exhale, bring it back through center. Squeeze the leg, maybe hug the leg just a little bit further, and release. Bend through that right leg, bring the right foot to the floor, cross left ankle over right leg. And you can feel free to stay here if that feels good, if you're getting a nice deep hip opener here, or feel free to thread the needle, thread the arms through that figure four, and hug right knee in, or just lift the leg off the floor. Encouraging that top leg to totally relax. So let gravity, let the bind do the work. Don't feel like you need to grip that leg. So if you're feeling any tension or tightness or hold, like you're holding in that left leg, really encourage it to be loose in the bind. Breathing deeply here. One more deep breath cycle through the nostrils if you can. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Hug those knees in just a little bit more. And then we're going to extend both legs to the ceiling. Flex the feet, point the feet, alternate. Shake them out. Using a lot of core muscles to keep those legs straight up to the ceiling. So if it feels difficult, you're doing it right. Circle the toes, circle the ankles. Beautiful. Release the feet to the floor. Okay, next we're going to take a yoga block or a pillow and place it between the knees. So if you've got a yoga block, you're putting it on that smaller setting. And we're going to roll over to our right side. So still elevated on our support cushions. Yoga block hugging between the knees. Knees are bent and stacked on top of one another. And then we're going to extend that top leg. So extending your left leg, foot flexed, and we're just holding here. So feeling a nice deep stretch through the outer hip. Keeping the foot flexed if you can. Nice active long leg. Feel free to support the leg with your hand, or if you've got another yoga block or a pillow, feel free to prop the foot there. But you want to feel that edge. You want to feel that stretch, that deep stretch. It shouldn't feel like a relaxing pose. Somewhat relaxing on our side here. But the leg is definitely being stretched. Coming back to that deep belly breath, encouraging that outside of the leg to open a little bit more. One more deep inhale. Deep exhale, coming back to the bent leg, and we're going to bring the yoga block or pillow back between the knees if you released it. Grabbing the ankle or the foot or the shin, straightening out that bottom leg, and we're going to take a nice deep quad opener, quad stretch. So pulling the knee back behind the line of the other knee, so you're not completely stacked. We want to gently encourage that hip to open, so pulling the foot toward the back side of the body. Inhale deeply. Exhale deeply. Maybe taking the foot just a little bit further back, finding what feels good, finding your edge. Opening up the quad. And just trying to release the leg, the foot into the hand, and notice if you're gripping. Just completely let it relax if you can. Sending the breath down to baby. They're with us every step of the way. Feeling what we feel. One more deep inhale. Exhale, gently release. And then I'm going to flip it over. Feel free to just flip over on your mat if you can still see me. I'm going to flip over this way. We're just going to come to the other side. So, coming down to our left side, yoga block between the legs, between the knees on that skinny setting. Supported upper body. Knees are bent and stacked, and then we extend that right leg. Flexing through the foot, feel free to prop the foot onto a pillow. Beautiful. A few more deep belly breaths here. And then when you're ready, bending through the leg, straighten out that bottom leg. Yoga block stays between the knees. And then we're grabbing the shin, ankle. Oops. And bringing the knee back behind us. Nice deep opener. Always coming back to that deep belly breathing. Gently encouraging that foot to come back a little bit more as the quad muscles relax into your hand. Beautiful. One more deep inhale. One more deep exhale. And then we gently release. Beautiful. Since we're already on our left side, we're going to stay here for our closing little meditation. So find your comfortable side lying position. It's always safest to lay on our left side with our baby. And I like to place my hand on my belly, closing down the eyes, always ending our practice with a sense of gratitude. Thinking of 3 things you're grateful for in this moment. It could be yourself, your baby, and your breath, your body, moving so effortlessly throughout the day. Your growing baby, safe and healthy inside of you. And your breath that gives us life without us even having to ask or think. Filling up the lungs, big exhale. And then coming back to that intention that we set at the beginning of our practice, sending that loving note or intention to our baby. Your teammate. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I'll see you next week. Namaste.